ಶ್ರೀರಮಣಾಯ.
ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ಶ್ರೀರಮಣಾಯ.
ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ಶ್ರೀರಮಣಾಯ.
ಭಗವತೆ ಶ್ರೀರಮಣಾಯ.
ಶ್ರೀರಮಣಾಯ.
ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ಶ್ರೀರಮಣಾಯ.
Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. On behalf of Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning and Bhagawan Sri Ramana Maharshi Research Center, I welcome one and all for this beautiful national seminar and cultural festival. And today we are celebrating the memory of our founder president Sri A.R. Natarajan. As you may all know, Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning has been working in the field of Indian art and culture, inspired by the life and teachings of Bhagawan Sri Ramana Maharshi from past more than 4 decades. And it is the tapasya of the founder president Sri A.R. Natarajan and his better half Srimati Sulochana Natarajan, which has touched many lives and transformed them by the presence of Ramana and the guidance of the light called Ramana in their lives. We begin today's offering of music by offering salutations to our founder president Sri A.R. Natarajan ji and Srimati Sulochana Natarajan. I request our president Dr. Sharda and also our chief guest Sri K. Shankar ji to come onto the dais and place the bouquet on the dais and inaugurate this evening's program.
Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya.
Today, as the chief guest, we have with us Sri K. Shankar. He has been closely associated with Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning, and he is a retired income tax officer, and he has worked closely with our founder president as the personal assistant to Sri A.R. Natarajan ji, and he was the first librarian at the library at Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning, and he has been through every phase of Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning and has seen the Ramananjali music movement growing. And he also runs an academy called Saptaswara Academy and organizes chamber concerts with upcoming and very senior artists, and organizes these programs. And he has been conducting it till the period the corona started, and we are hoping that he will restart this work of Seva to music. We welcome him once again with a huge round of applause. Without much ado, we move to the musical offering, which will be led by Guru Kumari Revati Shankar and will be presented by all the young artists from Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya.
दक्षिणामूर्तिसारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमा रमणाचार्यपर्यन्ता वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा वन्दे
we are very happy to present this Ramananjali offering today on the day of Founders' Day. I indeed feel blessed to present this today as our founder, Sri A.R. Natarajan, was so fond of Ramananjali songs. And to present Muruganar's songs is a double blessing, as it was that the very beginning of songs presented was Muruganar's songs, remembering Sri A.R. Natarajan, who has not missed to attend even one program of Ramananjali until 2007, from 1980 onwards. And of course, I remember the mother of Ramananjali, Srimati Sulochana Natarajan, whose presence I'm sure is available for us right here and now, because wherever the songs of Ramananjali are being sung, her presence will surely be there. Today, we are celebrating the centenary of the first meeting of the saint poet Muruganar and Bhagawan Sri Ramana Maharshi. So we will be dwelling on the life of Sri Muruganar Swami and his wondrous meeting with Bhagavan Ramana, his life at Sri Ramanashramam, and his works, which are more than 30,000 poems, 30,000 songs written on the praise and the teachings of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. We will try and taste a drop from the ocean, from the delta of Ramananjali, Muruganar Swami's life, poetry, as well as a little bit of the journey of Carnatic music in a concert, where we will be presenting from the beginning lessons, Saralai Varse, Janti Varse, till Tillana in Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi's composition, with Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi's composition, as well as Muruganar Swami's compositions. We will present today a presentation of Carnatic classical Margam, as I said. We will be having Saralai Varse, Janti Varse, Dhatu Varse, Melsthai and Keelsthai. These are the beginning lessons which the children learn when they come to a class. What is speciality about Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning's music class? It is that we teach Sahityam from the first day of the class. Usually, generally, if you go to a music class, we will be learning Sari Gama Pada, Sari Gama Pada Ni Sa Sa Ni Da Pa Ma Ga Re Sa. This is a Swaravadi. Only these things we keep learning till a stage. Till one point of time, we keep learning only Swaras. But here, we teach the words for the Swaras, the Sahitya for the Swaras are being taught from the beginning itself. After the beginning lessons, we will be learning complex talas, which is called as Alankara. So that will also have Sahitya. Then we will present a Geetam, where in a proper music class, that is when the first Sahitya is introduced to the children. Until Geetam, they won't learn Sahitya. Here is when they learn the Sahitya. Now here also we learn Swara and Sahitya. Then today's program, we will be presenting a Varnam, then a Namavali, then one or two Kritis, then Tillana. We finish with one more Kriti called Ramana Tiruvambavai. We begin this presentation, Ramananubhavam, with a shloka which praises Muruganar Swami. his poetry, which is equivalent to Tiruvachakam. In the heart lotus, slew my ego with a smile, a steady glance, and showered on me his grace, says Muruga of Muhavai. In these songs, in his presence, sung which rival Tiruvachakam. This is a composition by Vishwanatha Swami, who has written the Ramana Ashtottaram, which is chanted by all our children every day in the prayer before their class. The music for this is by Srimati Sulochana Natarajan. It is in Yaman Kalyani Raga. Ahattamarai Malar Meedurai Arunachala Ramanan Nahaitanura Militan Arasehtan Yenaduirai Mihatan Arul Surandan Yena Muhavapuri Muruhan Jagataruyar Vahatan Murai Tiruvachaka Nihare Tiruvachaka Nihare. Muruganar Swami was born in August 1890. Until his 5th year, he couldn't speak. There were many ways through which they tried to cure, but it all got in vain. He was named as Subramanya, but they changed his name to Sambamurthy. One day, his father-in-law came to his house and he gave 2 books to Muruganar Swami. He gave Akshara Manamale and the book Who Am I? Muruganar Swami read both of these books and he was a poet. He could compose poetry and he had written many poems for the freedom of India, and all those poems were compiled and made it into a book called Swatantra Geetam. So he was a poet. When he read this Aksharamana Male, then he knew that this is not a composition composed by an ordinary person. It is Lord Shiva himself who has composed. So we present to you that Aksharamana Male in the form of Sarale Varse, Janti Varse, Datu Varse, Male Sthai and Keel Sthai. The compilation of this work has been done by Srimati Sulochana Natarajan. The words have been selected and put aptly in the verses.
Sare Gama
After reading the Aksharamanamale and the book Who Am I, Muruganar Swami wanted to go and take the blessing of Bhagawan Sri Ramana Maharshi. He got to know that he is in Tiruvannamalai from his father-in-law. He was working as a teacher in a school, so he had to wait for the vacation. And then when the vacation, midterm vacation came, he left and planned to go to Tiruvannamalai. He reached Tiruvannamalai and then he saw the big Gopura. Since he was a devotee of Shiva, he went into the Sanctum Sanctorum and then took the darshan of Lord Shiva. He got enthralled by looking at Arunachaleshwara and Apita Kuchamba, and after coming out, he planned to go to Ramanashramam. It was 21st September 1923. He went to the ashram, and at that time there were only thatched houses. So Muruganar went and stood in front of a thatched house, and Bhagawan came out to see him, and then Muruganar had a paper in his hand. You know what happened, Vikas? Muruganar had this paper, and then what was this paper? It was a poem written to Bhagawan. It was a poem as Guru Dakshina he offered to Bhagawan. He took the paper and started reading. Parvalar Kailai Parpada Ningi Pannavar Sudalai Vittu Varoli Manipol Vachakar Vakai Valar Sevi Maduttida Virumbi Yervalar Perum Tandurai Adaindar Pol Iழிசினேன் பொன்சொல்லும் வேட்கு சீர்வளர் அருணை செழும்பதி சேர்ந்தாய் தேசிக ரமண மாதேவே தேசிக ரமண மாதேவே. He had written 10 poems called the Desika Padigam and offered it to Bhagavan. And since he couldn't continue reading it, he got emotional, he got choked. Bhagavan said, "Give it to me." And Bhagavan himself read the whole poem and said, usually Muruganar used to tune his songs. Whenever he wrote a poem, he used to tune it himself. But then, after this, it never happened. He wrote the poems, he couldn't tune it. After that, he went inside, and then they had dinner. After having dinner, Bhagavan was sitting, and Muruganar also sat, and Muruganar saw only an effulgent light which was so bright. He couldn't tolerate that, and he just left that room. And later he explained it, his experience, saying that how could his mother bear him for 10 months as this light? I am not able to sit even for 2 minutes in front of Bhagavan. How could his mother Alagammal bear him? How wonderful to reveal this light, which is our Swarupa also, the light of Jnana, which shines in each and every one of our heart, says Muruganar, giving us the Taraka Nama, Namo Ramanaya. Bhagavan Ramana has come to us. The next song is an Alankaram. This is titled as Ramana Tirumantiram from Ramana Sannidhi Murai. Since the poem was adorned as the first offering, we present this as an Alankaram, beautifying the words of Bhagavan, Muruganar Swami. We will present it as Mishra Jati Jampetala. The music is compiled by Srimati Sulochana Natarajan. This is from Sarale Varse till Alankaram is the raga called Maya Malava Gaula, Mishra Jati Jampetala. Muruganar, when he saw Bhagawan, he got so engrossed and so lost in his presence that he didn't want to go back home at all. So, Bhagavan, the compassionate one, he used to send an attendant, send somebody with Muruganar Swami to the railway station. And then, when the train came, they used to just get back to the ashram. But Muruganar Swami, he used to go back and forth, even though the train came, when the train was leaving, the sound of it, the hustle puzzle of it, nothing he could pay attention to. He was just engrossed in Bhagavan. Then after the train had gone, after a long time, there was some confusion in his look, and he didn't know where he was, what he was, why he was there. So somehow, like a calf coming back to the cow, he used to come back to ashram. So Bhagavan understood this, and next time, whenever he had to go back to Madras, Bhagavan would send the attendant, make him sit in the train. After the train had left only, that attendant used to come back to the ashram. So this was how Bhagavan took care of his devotees. And this is how that Muruganar had just forgotten himself and was filled with devotion to Bhagavan. So everything that Muruganar saw was only Ramana and nothing else. He praised him and wrote many, many, many songs. Now we present to you a poetry Tiruvahal. This is presented as a Geetham. Here he says Ramana poetry. Everything is Ramana, and poetry is praise. Praise to that Ramana. He is the dear one, Kanne poetry. He is the concept, Karutte poetry. He is the thought, Yenne poetry. He is natural, Iyalbe poetry. He is the sound of the flute. He is the sound of the yal, Kudale poetry, Yare poetry. He is the one who is compassionate. He is the literature. He is the poetry. He is the music. He is everything in nature. He is the mountain. He is the ocean. He is the tree. He is the word, and he is the substance of every word. He is beyond everything too. This is a Geetham. We present it in the Raga Arabhi, Aditala. This has been composed by Srimati Sulochana Natarajan. Da 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 pa 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 ma pa da pa ma ga re. Da 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 pa 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 ma pa da pa ma ga re. Re pa ma ga re re sa re re ma ma pa pa. Da 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 pa 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 ma pa da pa ma ga re. Re pa ma ga re re sa re re ma ma pa pa. Ramana potri kanne potri karute There is a very beautiful Swarajati which Muruganar Swami has composed, and Srimati Sulochana Natarajan has tuned it in Kalyani Raga. We will not be presenting it today, but I wanted to mention it because it's a very beautiful Swarajati. Pallandu palla pallandu nango Ramana Bhagavatku pallandu. Very beautiful, but because of the time constraint, we'll be moving to the next number, which is a Varnam written by Muruganar Swami. Once a visitor came to ashram and said, I have been worshipping Lord Subramanya and I want to get darshan of Lord Subramanya. This was told to Bhagawan and Muruganar was also sitting there. Bhagawan just nodded his head. Muruganar got very emotional and he said to the devotee, Sir, your prayers have been very effective. Look before you. Look before. Who's sitting in front of your eyes? And that devotee saw Subramanya in place of Bhagavan Ramana. Then that devotee, he said, I am so fortunate for having seen Subramanya here. I'm seeing him just in front of my eyes. Subramanya is none other than Guru Para. Bhagavan takes care of every one of us like a king. A king doesn't want any of his subjects to go hungry. Likewise, Bhagavan, the first thing he asks to anyone who comes to his ashram, did you have your lunch? Did you have your dinner? Saptacha? Please come and eat. So he would not send anybody hungry. So he is like a king, Konum. A disciple of a reputed Swami came to the Ramanashram and he was sharing about his matha, his ashram's rules and regulations, if I can say so. He said, our Guru, he will want us to do thousands of japa every day. From morning till evening, we need to do japa. And then we have to give all those fruits of the japa to our Guru. That is what we have to do. And Bhagavan said, oh, is it so? And he called Muruganar. Bhagavan called Muruganar and said, look Muruganar, the devotees have to do japa, thousands of japa, and then at the end of the day, all the fruits of the japa have to be offered to the Guru. It is like having the principal and giving away all the interest to the Guru. Muruganar, he said, their Guru is much better. Our Guru here, he takes the interest as well as the principal. Nothing is left for us. He takes away everything. This is Unum, Porul, Uyirum, Uvandundan, Shivaramanan. He takes away our physical form, the essence, and our life too, being the Layakarta, the Shiva Ramanan. But we should not get afraid that he takes away everything. It feels that he takes away everything, but he gives us everything. If the identity is gone, then what is left? The self is left, everything is for us. That the limited mind never understands. We have fear about losing everything. But slowly, being in Bhagavan's presence, we slowly understand all these things. One more incident. Once there was aviyal which was prepared in ashram. Aviyal is a delicacy in Tamil Nadu and in Kerala. It is made of all a mixed variety of vegetables, and it is added with curd, coconut oil, and it's a delicacy where in Ramanashram it was being prepared. Muruganar Swami, after a few years, his mother passed away and he gave the responsibility of taking care of his wife to one devotee who took care of Meenakshi Mami, Muruganar Swami's wife. And then Muruganar Swami was there in Ramanashramam. He used to, Ramanashramam, there is a rule that whoever works in Ramanashramam can have the prasadam. Bhagavan used to offer to everybody, but there was a rule. So Muruganar Swami, if he works, then he can't come and be in the presence of Bhagavan Ramana. So what he did, he said, I will go for bhiksha during the lunchtime, but then I will be in Ramana's presence. So one day he went off to bhiksha, the day when avyal was being prepared. Then Bhagavan said, when it was being served, Bhagavan said, Muruganar likes avyal so much, but who will go and give this to him? Bhagavan would never impose anything to anybody. You go and give, he would not say at all. He just mentions, who will do this? Then Shantama party was there. She came and said, Bhagavan, I will go and give it to Muruganar, you don't worry. So Shantama party immediately took one in a coconut shell, she put some avyal, and she went to Palakottu, where Muruganar was living, next to, very close to ashram, Ramanashramam. He was not there, he had already left for bhiksha. So Shantama party also ran behind him. He could see Muruganar, she could see Muruganar at a distance, and she was running behind him. Muruganar, Muruganar, Sambamurti, Sambamurti, she called him, and just she also went, and then finally she caught hold of him and said, see, Sambamurti, Muruganar, your Bhagavan has sent avyal to you. Bhagavan was mentioning you like avyal, so I immediately brought it to you. Muruganar Swami, if he listens to Bhagavan Ramana, when he heard this, he said, Bhagavan remembered me. He sent avyal to me. He remembered. And he started, there was tears rolling from his eyes, and he totally forgot about the avyal, and he was just remembering Bhagavan's compassion towards him. Thenum kadal amudum kayandidumaru tittippai. Anything in the world will be bitter. Even the sweetest of milk or honey, even the nectar will taste bitter in front of Bhagavan. The Bhagavan's name is so sweet and wonderful. Yanum ariyade yanadi idayattirundane. Even without me knowing, even before I could know, he has found his place in my heart, says Muruganar Swami. And the Charana says, he is the nectar of enlightenment dancing in my heart. This particular Varnam has been set to Shuddha Saveri Raga, Aditala. This is not only a beautiful Varnam for singing, we have had the opportunity to dance for this Varnam also. A beautiful Varnam to dance. Srimati Sulochana Natarajan has composed it very beautifully, presenting to you Shuddha Saveri Varnam. Konum Guru Paranum Iru Kuravorgalum Mayan. Konum Guru Paranum Iru Kuravorgalum Mayan. Konum ma ri pa pa ma da da pa ma pa da sa ri sari da pa da pa ma pa ma da ri sari ma ri sari da sa pa da ma pa ri pa ma ಜ್ಞಾನಾಮೃತ ರಮಣ ಪರಮಾಣ ನಟನೆಂಚೆ
ಜ್ಞಾನಾಮೃತ ರಮಣ ಪರಮಾಣ ನಟನೆಂಚೆ
ರಿ ಸರಿ ಮ ಸರಿ ಸದ ಪ ಮರಿ ಮಾ ರಿ ಪ ಮ ದ ಪ ದ ಮ ಪ ದ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ ಮ ಸರಿ ಸದ ಪ ಮರಿ ಮಾ ರಿ ಪ ಮ ದ ಪ ದ ಮ ಪ ದ ರಿ ಸ ಸರಿ ರಿ ಪ ಪ ದ ದ ರಿ ರಿ ಸ ಸ ದ ದ ಪ ಪ ಮ ಮ ರಿ ರಿ ಸರಿ ದ ಸ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪ ಮ ಪ ಪ ರಿ ಮ ಪ ದ ಪ ದ ದ ಮ ಪ ದ ಸರಿ ಮ ರಿ ಸ ದ ಪ ಮ ದ ಪ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪ ಮ ಪ ಪ ಮ ಪ ದ ದ ಮ ಪ ದ ಸರಿ ಮ ರಿ ಸ ದ ಪ ಮ ದ ಪ ಮ ಪ ದ ಪ ದ ಸ ದ ಸರಿ ಮ ರಿ ಸ ದ ಸರಿ ಸ ದ ಪ ದ ಪ ಮ ರಿ ಸ ಸರಿ ಮ ಪ ದ ಜ್ಞಾನಾಮೃತ ರಮಣ ಪರಮಾಣ ನಟನೆಂಚೆ
ಜ್ಞಾನಾಮೃತ ರಮಣ ಪರಮಾಣ ನಟನೆಂಚೆ
ಜ್ಞಾನಾಮೃತ ರಮಣ ಪರಮಾಣ ನಟನೆಂಚೆ
ಜ್ಞಾನಾಮೃತ ರಮಣ ಪರಮಾಣ ನಟನೆಂಚೆ ಜ್ಞಾನಾಮೃತ ರಮಣ
The next is a Namavadi. It is very special for today because our founder president, Sri A.R. Natarajan, was instrumental to make this song popular. Every year, Sri A.R. Natarajan, Srimati Sulochana Natarajan, Shardaka and Ambika Akka sister, made it a point that they were living in Delhi. They made it a point that they come to Tiruvannamalai for the vacation. So once whenever they came to Ramanashram, they would meet all the great devotees of Bhagawan Ramana. So they have met Muruganar Swami, Vishwanatha Swami, Kunja Swami, all those devotees they have met. So Shardaka, Ambikaka, Sulochana Mami and Mama had gone to meet Muruganar Swami. Then they sang a song. They sang some song. After that, Muruganar Swami asked, won't they sing a song? Won't they sing songs in Tamil? Are they not aware of songs on Bhagavan? So Sulochana Mami said they have not yet learned it. Next trip when we come, we'll make sure that they will sing songs in Tamil on Bhagavan. So when they came back to the room, they said, Mama, Natarajan Mama, he said, when great ones ask, why should you postpone it? Tomorrow we are still here. You teach them a song on Bhagavan in Tamil. You teach them Muruganar Swami's song. Take one song from Sannidhi Murai and teach them now. What are we doing now? You teach them now. So Mami saw the Sannidhi Murai book. She picked up a easy Namavali and taught it to Shardaka and Ambikaka. The next day, they went and they presented the song to Muruganar Swami. As I said, he was always engrossed in Ramana. When they were singing, he's filled with so much of bliss and he had tears in his eyes. He was so happy. to listen to the beautiful song sung by all the three of them. This is Poetry Ahaval. If you see Muruganar Swami's works, every song, every poem, he would have given a title beautifully. What is the gist of the song? He would have given a title. So this is from Poetry Ahaval. Music is by Srimati Sulochana Natarajan. This is Nyamal Kalyani Raga Aditala.
போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி 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 அச்சலா போற்றி அந்தன போற்றி குசலமே ஞான புரிசில் போற்றி பெருந்துய செய்யும் இரவே பிடிகொள் மருந்தே போற்றி மணியே போற்றி அச்சலா போற்றி அந்தன போற்றி குசலமே ஞான புரிசில் போற்றி பெருந்துய செய்யும் இரவே பிடிகொள் மருந்தே போற்றி மணியே போற்றி போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி 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 வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி போற்றி தெள்ளத்தெளிந்த சின்மய போற்றி உள்ளம் கவர்ந்த கள்வா போற்றி அருமை எளிய அழகே போற்றி எளிமயிலறிய எளியே போற்றி தெள்ளத்தெளிந்த சின்மய போற்றி உள்ளம் கவர்ந்த கள்வா போற்றி அருமை எளிய அழகே போற்றி எளிமயிலறிய எளியே போற்றி போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி 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 வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி போற்றி அச்சா போற்றி அம்மா போற்றி அச்சாரியனல் அறிவே போற்றி நீரே போற்றி உடம்பே போற்றி உயிருடம்பெல்லாம் உடனே போற்றி அச்சா போற்றி அம்மா போற்றி அச்சாரியனல் அறிவே போற்றி நீரே போற்றி உடம்பே போற்றி உயிருடம்பெல்லாம் உடனே போற்றி போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி 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 வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி போற்றி அடியே போற்றி முடியே போற்றி அடிமுடியற்ற அனந்தா போற்றி மண்ணே போற்றி விண்ணே போற்றி மண்ணினும் விண்ணினும் ஆழ்வா போற்றி அடியே போற்றி முடியே போற்றி அடிமுடியற்ற அனந்தா போற்றி மண்ணே போற்றி விண்ணே போற்றி மண்ணினும் விண்ணினும் ஆழ்வா போற்றி போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி 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 வெங்கடரமணா போற்றி
If you see Ramananjali music, Ramananjali Sangeetham, we have more than 2,000 songs in Ramananjali Reporter. And it is in classical style, folk style, semi-classical style, light classical style, light songs, and all varieties have been included by Srimati Sulochana Natarajan. It is been set in various languages also. It is there in Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, Hindi, English, Malayalam, Gujarati, Marathi. So there is no area which has got left here. Language wise, you can give it to people can understand from any language. I don't understand this language. No. Even if there are other languages which have been left out here, like I mentioned a few, there are songs in English also. If you don't understand a Kannada song, Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning is planning to get them with subtitles so that everybody will understand the beauty of the songs of Bhagawan, the beauty of the songs of poets who have written songs on Bhagawan. So the work of documentation of Ramananjali has been done by the mother of Ramananjali, Srimati Sulochana Natarajan. She has put it in audio formats, MP3, wave formats, and she has made it available for us with the scripts, with notation. You want it in English, it is available. You want it in Tamil, it is available. If you want it in Devanagari script, it is available. You want it in Kannada, it is available. So if we are able to present a presentation like this, it is because of Srimati Sulochana Natarajan's work which has gone into this Ramananjali Sangeetham. Otherwise, it is not at all easy. This presentation has been presented in just, if I put together all the days, it may be about 10 days. And we get only 45 minutes to 50 minutes per day. And we have only 2 classes in a week. And you have seen a glimpse of our class on stage here. We have a variety of students. We have elders, we have small children who go to sleep like this in class also. We have children who have special needs, who sing very well, but we accept that they can't sit for too long. But our aim in Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning is not to leave out anybody. It is to include everybody, to give the name of Ramana to all of them. If you see Vikas now, you ask him to sing Potri Venkata Ramana Potri, he will sing the song, but the amount of joy he has when he sings the song, that is what we want to give it to the children. That is what we want to give it to everybody who comes to the fold of Ramana. It is not that we are doing, it is Bhagawan who is doing it. We cannot say that we are instruments also. Bhagavan's hand is only working everywhere. Even the ones who are sitting and listening are all only Bhagavan. So the beauty of Ramananjali is that it includes everyone and everything. So we want to present that Ramana Nama. Before that, I would also like to tell this incident. When Srimati Sulochana Natarajan fell ill, before she left her body, she had a stroke in her room. She was working in her room. She was a voracious worker. She was a workaholic, I can say. She used to work from morning till night. If you see her scripts, I'll show it to you sometime. The amount of detailing she gives in the script, nothing is left out. If you see her documents, I can call her a human computer. And the amount of modernness in her work, she had organized everything what we want to do it in a computer. An Excel sheet I think they have taken the Excel sheet format from Mami's work. Like that, she has put everything into place. So, she was working on the day when she got that stroke, and Akka called her and said, "Shall we go home?" She said, "Ellam mudinjirthu, everything is over." Then we immediately rushed down to her room, and Dilip sir, Shardaka and I took her to the hospital. Everyone were there, but there was no space in the car, so I put her in the back seat. Akka and Dilip sir was sitting in front. Her head was on my shoulder and her lips was next to my ears. I could hear her saying, "Ramana, Ramana, 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 Ramana," till she reached the hospital. Continuously that Ramana Nama Japa was going on in her. And Muruganar says, "This now is the time. Give me the life of pure bliss." This song, we will present it to you in Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Hindi and English. The Tamil, Kannada and Telugu are in the same tune. Hindi and English are in different tunes, but it is the same translation. The music for this is by Srimati Sulochana Natarajan. The Kannada translation is by Dr. Sharda. Kannada translation has been adapted to dance also in the format of Alarippu. So we can see that Ramana Sangeetham also expands to dance, then dance drama. Everywhere, whatever music we use in Ramana Maharshi Center, it is Ramana Sangeetham. The Telugu translation of this song is by C. Sudarshanam. Hindi translation is by Ramanatha Shastri of New Delhi, and English translation is by Professor K. Swaminathan.
ಸಮಯಮೀದು ನಿನಿಮಲ ವಾಳ್ತಾ ಮಲ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ದೇವನೇ ಸಮಯಮೀದು ನಿನಿಮಲ ವಾಳ್ತಾ ಅಮಲ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ದೇವನೇ स्वरूप भगवान जीवन का निर्मल दो उपहार। हे काल स्वरूप भगवान जीवन का निर्मल दो उपहार। हे रमण स्वामी भगवान हमें दो चिदानंद निर्विकार। हे रमण स्वामी भगवान हमें दो चिदानंद निर्विकार। हे काल स्वरूप
We present a Tillana. Muruganath Swami not only wrote poems praising Bhagawan, but he also has written many songs, many poems, which tell us about the teachings of Bhagavan Ramana. Upadesha Undiyar is one of those, and the Tamil translation of the work Upadesha Saram is Upadesha Undiyar. It is said that Muruganath wrote the story of the rishis of Darukavanam, and then when the portion of Shiva's Upadesha came, he gave it to Bhagavan and Bhagavan wrote it. So this is presented, Upadesha Undiyar, a few verses is presented to you in the form of Tillana. Music is by Dr. Ambika Kameshwar. We will conclude this presentation with a Tiruvambavai. Muruganath Swami has written 33 Tiruvambavais, and the music for these is set by Sulochana Natarajan again. In the devotion field of Margazhi, we sing Tiruvambavais to get back to that source, to get back to that Lord. We see Muruganath as the embodiment of devotion. And then this devotion-filled song is presented in that wonderful month. So, presenting to you Tillana and Tiruvambavai in Madhyamavati Raga. பல்லாண்டு பல்லாண்டு பற்பனூராயிரம் பல்லாண்டு பல்லாண்டு உந்தி பர பார்மிசை வாழ்கவே உந்தி பர பல்லாண்டு பல்லாண்டு பற்பனூராயிரம் பல்லாண்டு பல்லாண்டு உந்தி பர பார்மிசை வாழ்கவே உந்தி பர Dhim 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 nadu dhani dana dhira dhim nadu dhim सर्वं रमणार्पणम् अस्तु सर्वं रमणार्पणम् अस्तु सर्वं
Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. That was an offering to our founder presidents, Sri A.R. Natarajanji and Srimati Sulochana Natarajan, and also to Muruganar Swami, who has sung his heart which was filled with Ramana, with these beautiful compositions which are beautifully set to music by great stalwarts in music, including Srimati Sulochana Natarajan, and has made it available to us in these beautiful format to relish. I congratulate the whole team led by Kumari Revati Shankar, and I request our chief guest Shri K. Shankarji and our president Dr. Sharda to come on the dais and speak a few words. Shri Shankarji is a retired income tax officer, as I told you, and he is also closely associated. He was the personal assistant of our founder president Sri A.R. Natarajanji, and not only in the professional field but also in the Ramana field. He was there from the inception of Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning, and he was the first librarian at Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning, and he is a great connoisseur of Carnatic classical music because he is an organizer at Saptaswara Academy and has been giving opportunities for all of us to enjoy the music by young artists and as well as senior artists. I request him to please speak a few words on this occasion of Founders Day and this musical offering of Ramananjali.
I request Srimati V. Radha to please come on to the dais.
Om Sri Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya Tachamyo Ravrunimahe Katum Yajnaya Katum Yajnapataye Devi Swastirasturaha Swastir Manushebhyah Pujyam Jakadube Jasham Sanno Astudipate Sanchatushpate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. my dear and respected Dr. Shardaka, Srimati Radha, and my sweet daughter Revati Shankar. I have been ordained today to stand before you to speak about the founder. He is not only the founder of Ramananjali Center for Learning, but founder of myself to this fold, Ramana fold. He was the founder for me. He was the founder for everything. Ramana, entire Ramana movement, he was the founder. How he came to my life is very interesting. I was posted from Raichur to Bangalore. I was working in Raichur at that time. Then I got a transfer to Bangalore. During 77, 78, I can call him as A.R. Sir or Mama or always Ramana Natarajan. His initials are A.R. Natarajan. We used to call him as always Ramana Natarajan. I came into contact with him during 1977-78 when I was posted in a different section. Then I was pulled by Bhagawan through Mama to work in his section, because I'm not a senior person to work with commissioners of income tax at that time. People who used subject, our union was very strong. A junior person posted to commissioner and all that, they were objecting. But there is one rule he was able to get. He can choose of his own choice person, and I am the chosen few. That's how I became a personal assistant to Mama. Then, likewise, I was slowly, not regularly I was posted to his section. Then and there, whenever emergencies arise, I used to be called and used. Later on, he passed an order when things came to know that he can take me there. He can take a person of his choice there. So I was posted there, and things started working. And slowly, how Mama came to Bhagawan was very interesting. When he was posted in Salem, I was told, very long back, he has to attend, somebody took him to attend, of course he knows Bhagawan and all that. He was not totally engrossed in this teaching and life and all that at that time. He was just knowing. He was a Ramakrishna mission cult. He was totally engrossed in that field, including the entire family. He was posted to Bangalore earlier occasion. He was staying in Basavangudi, I was told, somewhere near Basavangudi. And they used to visit Ramakrishna Ashram frequently. They used to frequently go and get in touch with Swamijis and participate in the bhajans and all that. And when during Salem days, he was able to listen to some lectures of Bhagawan, his teachings, and he was engrossed in that. Then he was frequenting to Sri Ramanashramam. Then Bhagavan's total grace started falling on him slowly. And he was breathing Ramana, eating Ramana, sleeping Ramana, everything was Ramana to him, Bhagavan Ramana. And why he chose to have a center of Ramananjali Center, why he chose? He was ordained that Bhagavan should also spread his wings to Karnataka and especially to Bangalore. That was his vision. So he has chosen Mama for that purpose. And that is why he started this Ramananjali Center for Learning in the initial stages. And the memorandum and articles of association was done and it was drafted, and I was the person who actually typed all those things. And it was registered as a Society Registration Act during that year. And what are the purpose for which it was started? It was mentioned, and satsangs were used to be held, and national seminars and related things about the life and teachings of Bhagavan, propagating that. That is the purpose of that. And slowly it started developing. And during 1980, it was the centenary year of Bhagawan. So it was a gala year totally. Students also participated in drawing, music, Bhagavan storytelling, and shloka competitions were conducted. And National Seminar and Cultural Festival in Ravindra Kalakshetra was a massive success and a large scale events by inviting luminaries of sages and seers who had thorough knowledge of Bhagavan's life and teachings. Swamis like Ranganathananda, Purushothamananda ji, and others from Sri Ramakrishna Ashram, Sadhu Vaswani ji, Swami Chinmayananda, Swami Dayananda, and others delivered lectures of their experience of Bhagavan in their lives. That is how the grace of Bhagavan Ramana fell uninterruptedly and unconditionally on Sri Aaron Mama and his family. Similarly, at the Ramana Kendra at Delhi also, the same vigor and with a lot of enthusiasm, the centenary celebrations were celebrated. However, the centenary celebrations at Sri Ramanashramam, Tiruvannamalai, was in a macro level, which was arranged, was unparalleled to any events. For about 8 to 10 days prior to that event, we were all engrossed, we were all joined together there at Ramanashramam, and entire preparations was overseen by Sri Natarajan Mama and the president of Ramanashramam then, and their family members for a huge event, dispatching invitations to all over India and abroad from Sri Ramanashramam with individual letters of invite sent. First, Ramananjali Musical Ensemble, a multilingual musical extravaganza, was rooted there at the Sanctum Sanctorium of Bhagawan on 3rd of January 1980 during Bhagavan's centenary celebrations. Also, glorious Ramana music concerts were held by top-notching artists like Maharaj from Santanam, D.K. Jayaraman, Dr. S. Ramanathan on vocal, Sadhuram Swami on Harikatha of Bhagavan in Tamil, Kanyakumari and M.S. Gopalakrishnan on the violin, Vellur Rambhadran sir was on the mridangam, to name a few, and so on and so forth. Brilliant talks by eminent sadhakas like Swami Chinmayananda, Dayananda Saraswati, etc. were arranged to the delight of devotees throughout the celebration days. Programs used to begin around at 6 a.m. in the morning and went up to 12 midnight for all these days, 3 days non-stop. But for Ramana's case, nothing would have been made possible. Earlier to this, in the year 1979, All India Ramana Music and Essay competitions were held at Sri Ramanashramam, and the winner is the present top-notching artist Vijay Siva. He was very young at that time. He sang a composition on the Raga Karagarapriya, even now it was remembering, and the entire audience was spellbound, and he was chosen anonymously as the first place winner. Now Vijay Siva, you know, and whenever Vijay Siva's concert is there, normally he will not forget to sing Bhagavan's song. I have noticed. Similarly, as mentioned earlier, International Seminar and Cultural Festival was held in the prestigious Vigyan Bhavan, New Delhi. To get Vigyan Bhavan is very difficult, but with the grace of Bhagavan, Vigyan Bhavan was chosen by Sri Natarajan Mama, and all luminaries were the participants. And in the evenings, cultural programs were arranged. I was also fortunate to participate in the event. When I was there at Delhi, it's my personal thing, I was blessed with a male child, Chiranjeevi Arun, who was born in Mysore at that time, but I was at Delhi. Since he was born during Bhagavan's centenary year, he was named as Arun or Arunachala. We used to call him as Arun, but he is Arunachala. Here in Bangalore, always Ramana Natarajan sir, the founder of the Ramananubhavam Center for Learning, was in his elements with full vigor, breathing Ramana, eating Ramana, as I told, sleeping Ramana, talking Ramana, and whatnot. Ramananjali concerts headed by Mami, who is a colossus and pioneer in Ramana music encyclopedia. As Revati was mentioning, she has mastered the Ramana music of him and by him, especially the songs penned by Sri Muruganar Swami, Sadhuvam Swami, Manavasi Ramaswamy Iyer, and so many composers in multi-languages, including Bhagavan himself. He has also Bhagavan's songs, as Revati correctly told, Her meticulous improvisation of setting them to music, writing notations to the various artists are mind-boggling and wonderstruck. The way in which she used to conduct rehearsals were of immense perfection personified. Her discipline in arranging rehearsals, bringing the artists together for the same, were amazing. She used to sacrifice anything and everything for the success of the Ramananjali ensembles. She used to be tense till the concerts were over in the bright note, as she used to be on the toes always, and expect the co-artists too to the same level of hers. Her planning, execution, handling her co-artists, bringing them together and making them perform to the best perfect manner was a treat to watch. No compromises on this was seen by Mommy. She used to be punctual and expected everyone in the team to be punctual too. When everything fell online and the programs came up with glory, then she used to attribute the success not to herself but to Master Bhagawan. She never used to take pride of her achievement, and only she knew that Bhagawan made it and expressed this particular point often to everyone. When everything fell online, then success came along with her. And now, total Ramananjali concerts numbering has soared to more than 500. Her legacy continues even today. Ms. Radha has been given the task by Dr. Savdaka, and she is doing a wonderful job. And incidentally, Radha was my daughter's guru, first guru. First student is, I always pride. She is, my daughter Revati is Radha's first student. That happened, in fact, to tell you, my better half is not here today. She compelled her to handle classes of music. And that is how Radha is a shining teacher. And she has brought Revati into the limelight. One thing I want to mention here about Sharadaka, I wish to tell here that she is the one who never used to keep the scripts or notes with her while she performs in Ramananjali concerts. Her memory is simply amazing. She never used to keep any reference or anything. She used to sing and she will be in a very different mood, elated mood. I have observed her seeing as if Bhagawan is there above her and Bhagawan is giving her all directions. I have seen that. She is the only person in the entire team of Ramananjali never used to refer any text or anything. Everything are imbibed in her heart. Coming back to A.R. and Mama, he has spent around 50 books on Bhagavan. Exactly, I don't know. And each book, wherever I was involved, and even otherwise, he used to present a copy. I have kept everything in my bookshelf. He used to write with love and used to sign and give me. All copies are kept, whether I read it or not. But I have taken notes for many books. And apart from Ramana's books, he has written one book on Chandrasekhar Bharati Swami of Sringeri, Jagadguru. That also was ordained by the then Abhinav Vidyatita Mahaswamigal of Sringeri. And incidentally, I would like to mention that Ambika Kameswar, Dr. Ambika Kameswar was initiated by Abhinav Vidyatita Swamigal, and Moola Mantram was given to her. Those are all the things, those blessings are making them to be with us, and they are the Margadarsis. They are all the Margadarsis for us. The Riyar and Mama's family are Margadarsis. They have shown the way. Of course, Bhagavan is above them, and they have shown their his intellect and everything to come to their fold. And in turn, they are giving us. So for this, a big claps are required. Request. So many articles A.R. and Mama has written for the journals, propagating Bhagavan's teachings and started the Ramana Way, yes, journal in a very small way. And as you all know, it has grown as a leading monthly magazine of repute. It is about, how many copies are, more than 1,000 copies are being sent every month meticulously. So the beauty of his ability to showcase his reverence to Bhagavan is matchless in words. Those who had experienced with him like yours faithfully symbolizes the grace of him falling on us abundantly without interruption. The one and only chosen few is here and Mama in Bangalore with his better off mommy and the two sweet daughters, Dr. Saradaka and Dr. Ambika Kameshwar, to bring the glory of Ramana here. It is rather amazing to notice that this family in its entirety has been the fulcrum of Bhagavan's movement here in Bangalore, relentlessly living to propagate his life and teachings. Why not? When his grace and Ashirvadams fall, anything can be achieved, and here is the example. For me, it is a great life given by my parents to serve Bhagavan in my own inimitable way, without any reservations casted in me. I was also made as the first librarian of Bhagavan's library, as mentioned. That library was opened in a car parking place in Lower Palace Orchards residence, where Mama lived at that time. During the absence of Sri Srinivasan, whom we have to remember here, who was doing puja in Ramana shrine then, that opportunity was also given to me, and I was fortunate to do Ashtotra puja to Bhagavan. Thus, during many days, I was able to do puja to our Bhagavan. My father too did as a leave vacancy person, so also Radha's father, Mr. Varadarajan. It's all a blessed lot for my family. The blessings came to my daughter Revati Shankar through Aaron Mama's family when she was 11 days old, the day of her naming ceremony. Aaron Mama, Sulochana Mami, Saradaka and Dr. Ambika Kameshwar came to see her and bless her that day. At that time, Aaron Mama was in Delhi as members Central Board of Direct Taxes. It so happened that Bhagavan made Mama to be in Bangalore that particular day. When my daughter Revati's naming ceremony was held in my in-laws' house in Yeshwantpur, he had come on official tour to Bangalore. He has combined and clubbed this small event also. Probably that was the day when Revati's thing started blossoming as Bhagavan's grace has fallen on that day probably. The way the work culture Mama was so inspiring that he used to manage the office so brilliantly with ease, as he was the head of the income tax as far as Karnataka and Goa were concerned. He was special to everyone in the entire Karnataka and Goa region, as he was the only Commissioner of Income Tax having the whole jurisdiction in administration, as also other aspects of income tax in his helm. He used to help the officers and officials in their problems in his own inimitable way. Take, for example, medical help, admission to the schools and colleges for their kids, job requirements to them in needy cases, and any undue hardships faced by them by speaking to the concerned in a very dignified, polite, and convincing manner and try to help them. He never used to make his good officers as, I am Commissioner of Income Tax speaking. No. He will, as an ordinary person only, he used to request them, and in 99 out of 100 cases, because of Mama's goodwill and empathy, things used to happen according to their needs. When I learnt about him during my tenure with him were being humble, raising up to the occasions, management skills, time management, how to present myself before the higher-ups, learning new things every day to combat pressure, organizational skills, etc., etc. I was posted in the investigation wing of my department later and continued for 8 years, which is a record, for my integrity, maintaining secrecy and honesty during this tenure. All this was because of Aaron Mama. I was able to collect more than 1,000 crores and more as extra taxes for my mother India which I am proudly state here. I was forced to accept as a secretary of the Income Tax Gazetted Officers Association, Bangalore, working for 2 years, and did justice for the job entrusted to me. I am also the founder of Saptaswara Academy, an academy founded for the upcoming artists. Now it is stopped because of COVID problems, and all were miceless concerts. A.R.N. Mama came from an illustrious family, with his father, Sri A.K. Ramchandra Iyer, being a judge, and his father-in-law, Justice K.S. Venkatraman, was the Chief Justice of Madras High Court. A.R.N. Mama was an MA, BL and MBA degree holder. MBA he did from Chicago in 1950s, if I am correct. His income tax knowledge was supreme, and he used to handle complex issues aplomb. Though he was strict, he used to help the assessees within the legal ambits. His disposal of complicated issues was simply astonishing, and finally all this acumen in his astounding and efficient work was yielded him the coveted post of the member of the Central Board of Direct Taxes, a selected post done by the Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Finance Minister. Even only 4 posts are there in India. Now it has been enhanced to 6. As part of this office, I was totally engrossed in the official and personal jobs of Mama, with the majority of my time being used for Bhagawan's work in secretarial matters, helping in writing articles by taking notes, transcribing them fast, and replying to various correspondences, arranging meetings, preparing papers and related matters for the successful conduct of various meetings. Each one of the letters received by him would receive a reply by them. According to priority, he used to sort them and reply individually to everyone who correspond with him. If not early, say within a few days, maybe a month also, reply should go to the persons who have written letters to Mama. Regarding charity aspect, he used to send money orders to the needy every month, say at a minimum of 10 persons. Old-aged persons who approached Mama for some help would invariably get their share every month. Apart from this, he used to help monetarily the persons who sought financial help, maybe for food, medicines, buying clothes and whatnot. And especially during festival days, gifts were given by Mama plenty. Mama had a tender heart and always used to come forward to help. In one case, when a person asked for a drop in his car near the GPO while coming from office, he was picked up. And later on, that person came to know that Mama was the Commissioner of Income Tax. And he used to exploit him by making him believe that his mother was seriously ill, and he has given blood and got some money to buy medicines and food. It is all false only, but Mama believed. He used to come to Mama's office daily and get financial help, then slowly joined as a daily wages employee, and finally got confirmed in the Income Tax Department. That was Mama's helping tendency. Many contingent paid Group D officials who were temporarily working had become permanent, had made by Mama to become permanent with the good offices of Mama. They are all remembering Mama still. In Ramananubhavam Center itself, there are many persons joined with sheer recommendations for the job needy and job requirements, and presently shining with Bhagavan's grace in molding themselves, but be part of the center. I do not want to mention the names. The true story is endless. It's all His grace fallen on me, right from my childhood days, as my forefathers were Sri Seshadri Swami's ardent devotees, who brought Bhagavan to this world when he was under penance in Arunachala temple in his prime days. As we all know, Bhagavan had supervised when Sri Seshadri Swami attained Siddhi in the year 1929, and his body was interred next to the present Sri Ramanashramam, and Bhagavan had supervised personally his final rites at that time. My father and my wife's grandfather went with a big contingent of devotees to see Seshadri Swami's Adhishtanam in 1946 in Tiruvannamalai, and was lucky to have darshan of Bhagavan. Coming back to Mama, He had not seen Bhagawan in his lifetime, whereas Mami was fortunate to have darshan of Ramana in her days. But Mama and Mami were chosen few for the Ramana movement in Bangalore and especially in Karnataka. We used to call ourselves that we are normally central government servants are called as 24 hours government servants. But I proudly call Mama not only as a 24-hour government servant, but also 24-hour Ramana servant. At the same time, the daughter Dr. Sarada and Dr. Ambika Kameshwar were also instrumental in bringing the glory of Bhagavan relentlessly through various means, and with His grace, everything falling on them. Whatever they do is a big success. Nothing but success. You can give a clap. Bhagavan used to test his devotees in all possible manners, and with a stubborn, single-minded devotion, when we do his duties assigned, how can we fail in our attempts? I am fortunate to have been born and be able to serve Bhagavan in my own humble way. And the main responsible family was A.R. Natarajan Mama's family, for whom I owe a lot for the opportunity given to me to serve him and get grace from Bhagavan during my lifetime. With these remarks, I conclude my talk for the day. A lot of anecdotes and incidents cross my mind like a film, and because of time constraints, I conclude for the time being. I might have missed many, and we have to write a serial, like a TV serial. It goes only as a film, short film only I made my narrations today. Humble pranams to all the devotees who have assembled here on this wonderful evening. I profusely thank Dr. Saradaka for having remembered me and giving me a chance in inviting me to share my thoughts and days spent with A.R. and Mama. So we had a wonderful Nadopasana, Ramananubhavam. It is Anubhavam for everyone today, this evening, with these young children, especially one child is a spastic child, and how they sang. One child has come from school by 3:30, and that boy was sleepy, but that enthusiasm was marvelous. We all enjoyed this beautiful music. And to speak about Ramananjali and other glorious things, this small evening time is insufficient. So, with these few words, I remain. Kayena vacha manasendriyarva buddhyatmanava krites bhavat karoyamaita sakalam paraspai narayanayate ramanayate samarpayami.
Thank you, Shankarji. When we listen to the story of Muruganar Swami and Ganapati Muni, they were all great scholars. Muruganar Swami, who was a great scholar, who was chosen to be a committee member of the Tamil lexicon, and he was drawn to Ramana, and Ramana consumed Muruganar Swami. In the same way, Ramana chooses the topmost people who are the most capable ones to do his service. So A.R. Natarajanji and Srimati Sulochana Natarajanji were one among them. And when we see the repertoire of Ramananjali, how the great stalwarts like Sri K.S. Raghunathan sir, Dr. Rajkumar Bharati, and in the music we have J.N. Jai Gopal and Vijay Bhaskar and Ilai Raja, everybody contributing to this Ramananjali music. We wonder, they are all chosen ones, and how Ramana has chosen us to be a part of this movement is we cannot explain. I thank Shankarji once again, and I request Srimati V. Radha, the music teacher of Ramana Maharshi Sanfalani, to speak a few words on this occasion.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. I am humbled. First of all, I have to say thanks to Shankarji. If at all I am standing here today and on the same dais with Shankarji, that's a great pleasure to me, because he was the one person who showed Ramana to us, to our family. So that's how, and he's our eldest son. That's how my dad used to always call Shankarji. So he's my eldest brother, I have to say, who brought me to RMCL, first of all. And first, Yes, as Usha Shankar, she forced me when I was in degree first year, I remember. So when I was avoiding saying that, no, I've just done my junior exam, I can't take classes. So she said, no, whatever you have learnt in junior, that you can teach Revati, that's enough. That's how it started, and now Bhagawan has blessed like that, and Shankarji brought me to RMCL also, and Bhagawan has blessed me like that, and getting Akka to me, and Revati being it's a pride for me to say that she's my first student, and a very obedient student, and she doesn't know about her own skills in certain things. Like when recently we had to perform for an Arangetram, at that time, I was just telling Akka that don't worry Akka, she knows how we have to repeat. If I sing the second Sangati, whether I'm going to sing or not, she will know it very well and she will go on with me. That's how it's from the beginning. But Akka said, is that possible? So I said, yes, it is possible. So that's how she's a great student to me. And today performance, I have to say, always there is a uniqueness in her training the students. Last year also I was telling, it was so much with the Shruti and Laya. It was so nice. That continues this year. With that, this Pallandu song, Tilana, which is so professional. Tilana and Tiruvembava is so professional. But those kutis, as soon as she took that Pallandu, they were so beautiful in singing it. Pallandu, when she took, and everybody, very professionally they took it, and that was, we have to really give a great applause to all the children, and very well trained by Revati. So, great congratulations to her for training this. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya.
Thank you, Srimati V. Radhaji. I request Dr. Sharda to speak a few words on this occasion.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Recently we have been dwelling on Bhagavan's, the emblem of Sri Ramanashramam, which has the sun and it has Om in the middle. That Om is the essence of all Nadam, all music. So today's was Nadopasana. We are actually offering our worship to the Supreme through music. And when this happens, the children, without realizing, they're enjoying their singing, and how they worship, they themselves won't realize. It's a great worship. And this orchestration, the music, the waves of the music, the nada, how it fills the atmosphere and how it actually purifies the entire atmosphere is something very subtle which we may not understand. And it purifies the heart of the singer also. So it's a very blessed experience. I wish to thank all the parents for encouraging their children to be a part of this journey of Carnatic classical music. It's something which even the parents may not realize why they have sent their children, why they are sending their children. It may be because their neighbors are sending, it's a good thing, it's something we have to talk about. Oh, my child is also going to music class, my child has done the junior exam in dance or music, now in this instance music. But it is a great treasure which is available to them, which they won't also realize, because this is my personal experience. My mother comes from an extraordinarily rich background of Carnatic classical music. Just as my father and mother both breathed Ramana later, my mother's entire family would breathe Carnatic classical music. The Vidwans, all the Vidwans of the time, whether it was Shamangudi Srinivas Iyer, G.N. Balasubramanya, Madurai Mani Iyer, they would all come to their home. And many of them have taught my mother. So it was like she tried to inculcate the love for music in us also. Two things happened. One, my mother never went on to become a great Carnatic classical musician in the normal run, because Ramana Maharshi just captured her for his own music. And that is what it had to be. It was completely dedicated to Ramananjali music, because That is a movement which is going to be available to generations for generations in its unique form. The other thing is, of course, she gave it to us. As a child, I was not very fond of music. I was more fond of dance because it's a visual medium, and but still, I had to learn music because my mother was our teacher. She taught us, and me and my younger sister, and we learned. But later in life, when I grew up, and I realized that, of course, it gives me many skills. It allows voice to become sweet. It gives good articulation. It gives us capacity to understand how to move within a format. The rhythm, no? That gives us a capacity to understand, and the mathematics of the hand movement and the voice coming, and all those skills come naturally when one learns Carnatic music. But then I found in it a friend in my moments of greatest depression or despondency. Whenever in life, you see, we have to face so many difficulties, right? And there are many moments when sorrow is a very personal thing. At that time, my greatest friend was music. And I could sing to myself, and it would give me great solace to my heart. So I'm very happy, and I congratulate all the parents once again, and I hope they will encourage their children to continue to be a part of the journey of Carnatic classical music. I congratulate each and every performer of today. As Revati said, we have a wide variety of children, and the most important thing is they all enjoy their music, and that the growth happens automatically by the divine grace. I also thank and congratulate Revati. And Revati is one thing she always tells me, when we plan for the annual day, as Radha was saying, sometimes very difficult numbers also, because we want to present a concept. We want parents to know the whole gamut. Some children will be learning Sarali, some children will be learning Geetam, some children will be learning Kirtana. Many would not have come to Varnam or Kirtana also, because it's a long process. It's not very simple. It's not like overnight you can learn Carnatic music. You can sing a film song overnight. You can't do that with Carnatic music. You have to be patient. You have to allow the tree to slowly come. The tree grows, then the bud comes, the flower comes, then the fruit comes. But when the fruit comes, it's the sweetest fruit. So it's a slow process. But when we plan that annual day, of course, we have senior numbers. And what will all these children do on stage? But Revati has great confidence. She says, children don't know this is a difficult song, this is an easy song. Okay? They don't know. They don't have any concept. They will simply repeat. If I sing something, they will repeat. She has that much confidence in all her students. So, no matter who they are, she is ready to give that time and energy to them. And if more is possible, then more would be possible, of course. But it's really great grace, and it's not very easy. It was a really tough task, the performance which happened today. And my congratulations to Revati, who's been blessed by Bhagawan Ramana to have the right attitude and the right feel towards the presentation as well, and how she has to interact with the students, which is there in every one of the staff members of RMCL. Today I'm talking of Revati. And of course Radha, because she's been her teacher, she's our senior teacher, her guidance is available all the time. And I would like to thank Shankarji for being here with us in RMCL. Today he is on the dais, but he is there with us. He's been there behind the scenes always. See, if my father was in the forefront, Shankarji is behind the scenes, taking the dictation, doing all the administrative work, helping in all that, and very unassuming. And subsequently also for our center, very quiet and constant support. As Radha said, Radha is here because of him and Usha Shankar. Uma, Ashwini, they are all here with us because of Shankarji and Usha Shankar. And I'd just like to mention one small anecdote he was sharing with me. He says, my father would give dictation to him, notes, it was Ramana notes, it was office notes, it was so many notes, and they would forget lunchtime, they would forget dinner time, everything would be forgotten. And one day, my father had to go and receive some dignitaries at Cantonment Railway Station. It was very late. So he said, Shankar, you come with me in the car. Then he continued dictation in the car also. It was lunchtime. but they were going in the car. And then my father said, "Oh, the train is late. Come to the railway station, come to the platform." And he says, I was taking notes in the platform. And then I came back, and then he went away. My father might have gone for lunch or whatever. Then he said, I should finish typing it. So he finished typing it. He says, I would not have thought of lunch also. Then immediately sir would come back and immediately he would start reading it. He also might not have eaten for 5 to 10 minutes. So that is the way these people have worked for their government service as well as for the Ramana service. I'm very thankful that Shankarji has come today and he has blessed the children. He is the same way a person behind the scenes in blessing those on the journey of Carnatic music in Bangalore especially. Lot of great artists today have benefited from his support during the young days, and so I am very happy that his blessings have been there on all these young singers of today. I once again thank everyone who has been a part of this, including Ujjwal, who's made all the announcements for the day, and those who have been backstage, and Madhusudan, who's been in charge of our music, audio system and lights today and even in our national seminar earlier. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya.
I request Dr. Sharda to hand over a small token of love to our chief guest, Shri K. Shankarji. A small token of love to Shankarji. A small token of love to Srimati V. Radha too. I request Kumari Revati Shankar to get a small token of love from Dr. Sharda. In today's offering, in the accompaniments, we had very senior Vidwans. We had...
Thank you. I must make a mention of that. I must also thank Narasimhan sir and Govindaswamy sir. And they are such senior Vidwans, and they are also very large-hearted. They don't mind coming and accompanying these young children and blessing them.
I request Vidwan Govind Swami sir, who accompanied in the violin, to please come on the dais, and Vidwan Narsimurthy sir on the mridangam to accept a small token of love from the center. Vidwan Govind Swami sir, I request him to please stay back for a group photograph, and Vidwan Narsimhan sir. I request all the children to come and take a small token from our chief guest, Shri Shankarji, Antara Shri Ram, I call the Antara Shri Ram. Can we have Antara on stage? A huge round of applause. Divita Prakash. Manav Prakash. Manav, come. I.K. Danyashri, Hridan T. Jain, Sanvi Sachin Karambar, and Samvid Sachin Karambar, Sachita H, Harin Krishna TV, Darshana S, Pragnya S, Anvi P. Kulkarni, we had Vedika, who just had to leave. We have Vijay Kailash, Vedavalli Nihita, Charvi Gowda, Arna M, Tejashri, Dishna DG, Anika Pratap, Koppala Shanvika, Stuti DL, Ahana Bhatt, Vikas L, Vikas has, Rinisha is next, Rinisha, and Uma Shripati. I invite you, all of you, for the upcoming programs. This week, on 25th, we are having the Paurnami celebration at the Ramana Shrine. We will have bhajans, puja and pradakshina singing Arunachal Akshramalai on 25th, that is Thursday evening at 7 p.m. at the Ramana Maharshi Shrine. And at Ramana Maharshi Shrine, we continue the celebration. On 26th, we have a Kannada session, memorial lectures by N. Vasudev and Veda Brahma Shri Subrai Sharma ji in the morning, starting from 10:45 on 26th January, which is our Republic Day. And on 27th and 28th, we have programs, national seminar here, talks starting from 2 o'clock by eminent speakers. And in the evening on 27th, that is Saturday, we have a beautiful dance ballet, Paripurna Ramana, I Am I, giving you the essence of Ramana's teaching in a very beautiful and animated way. And on 28th, we have an offering by all the students of the dance class of Ramana Maharshi Center for Learning. Please do be part of all these programs, upcoming programs. On 31st, we have a race program where we are having a performance by about 100 children from the Manjunatha Primary and English School being presented here at 6 p.m. on that day. Thank you. Shubharatri. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. I request all of you to take part of the prasadam, which is there in the front door. Please use this front door to exit and take the prasadam. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya.